Mommy dress is called baby. Yeah, it's white, and you have a boy face that's
Alright, yes, go away.
Yes.
Move your head that way, Armin. Ready, 1, 2, 3. Love it. Wait. Next picture, me.
Move!
Wait.
Come on! Dude! It's an iPhone. It takes a freaking picture in a millisecond. Let's go.
Yours?
Can you put your hand on your husband's chest?
Show him, no.
Guys, look here!
The other way. Show him, you look great.
Okay, kids, come out. Yes. Of course.
Oh, can I hold something for you?
Those are kind of heavy, actually.
Oh my god, they're like 10 pounds.
They're really heavy.
What do I do? There we go. Big smile. Unturn your bodies, guys. Towards me. Towards me. There we go. Lovely. Thank you. Hold up. Guys, look at each other for one. Can you dip her for one? No, to dip her? Yeah, can you hold his neck with your right hand? That's fine. Hold her with that.
Can you choke him a little harder?
Yeah, look at him. Look at him. Hold it. I'm just going to take another one. Hold it, guys. 1, 2.
Oh, don't drop her.
Good. Thank you. Done. Thank you. Okay. You guys are good. Let's get the next one. Oh, okay. Yeah.
I know. No, she.
Let's see what the schedule is like.
Yes.
Wait, oh my God, it's actually going through with it. Ladies, squeeze it in. Sister, I need big smiles and good posture. Yes, and hold flowers. And turn your body out a little bit this way. That's good. Perfect. Squeeze in and go. There we go. Big smiles. Sister, stand straight. There we go. Lean forward. There we go. Big smiles. Perfect. Can you hold up? Can you give her the flowers? Can you give her the flowers? Perfect. And can you hug her? There we go. Whisper sweet things in her ear and all that. Hold on. Ladies, look back at each other. Look back. That's good. Thank you. We're good. Now, sister, you stay. There we go. And turn, yeah, too much. Turn out and bring your shoulder up a little bit to your face and lean forward to me and turn your body out a little bit. That's good. Nose this way. and turn your body out a little bit. That's good. Done. Big smile. Big smile. Hold up. Hold up. Yes, go.
Hello, hello.
Perfect.
Here's your hand. Here's your shirt.
Yeah, yeah.
Trigger, you look 24. You look
Okay, ladies, all sisters. We need all sisters. Sisters. We need sisters. Oh my God.
here, Puba. Come here. Come stand over. Mando, move in.
Ladies, let's hear big smiles. I need smiles, guys. Smiles. Deep. Thank you. Ladies, squeeze it in. Big hugs. Everybody point at Kala. Woo! Girls, point it. There we go. Okay. Now, I need mommy inside. Sure, sure. Guys, we need more.
Are you ready? You were the one exactly. You guys see those up
Mommy, I gotta get you up there like right now. Where's that? I need a whole family up on the stage.
That's my canister. My wife.
I'm just gonna bring her shit.
Hey, you're here, Mazel Tov.
I hope I'm here.
You are. I can see you. Listen to this thing. I just reminded you how we're connected. Is that's how it is. Okay. Married to a rapper. Okay.
Guys, I need everybody.
Anilo, I'm not part of the family.
thank you so much for joining wedding number 2, day 2.
Mazel tov. If you
One
recognize,
second. As you can see, we brought back the superstar, Rabbi Mendy Salman, since he did such a great job, and he was affordable, very affordable. We brought him back again.
I'm just hoping that this time they'll actually pay me, because it's a 2-for-1 deal.
Not a chance.
I want a big shout out to Daddy and Roberta. Love you very much. Miss you. All my
my mom.
family and
Bobby.
to Bobby Gitlin. We miss you. We love you. L'chaim.
And do not adjust your screens. This is not Mendy. This is Heshy. This is Heshy the Bazinka.
This
We're very
is
honored to be here.
baby.
Always be the baby. We're very honored to be and
Thank you
celebrate
all.
with you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Please God, it's going to be a beautiful simcha. Thanks for being here. And I take a look around, you'll see many of his friends and family that have come from all over. And we'll get a chance to introduce you to them. But soon we're going to be starting the mimer and all the speeches in Yiddish and Hebrew and preparation spiritually. The big moment of the Badekin. But then I don't want to take the job away from him.
He's on the, I'm going to the women's side. But I'm sure the wonderful live stream guy is going to join me soon. But I'll see you soon.
Oh, let me introduce you to my Mechutin. Mechutin, come here. Say hello to everybody in TV land. This is, your community, our community have joined us to share our
Thank you
simcha.
all for coming and sharing this wonderful simcha together today. And it will be a very memorable experience for all of you.
Thank you. Thank you. See you soon. So, have a l'chaim on us, and we'll see you in a few minutes. We're going to get started with all the stuff.
dying. Partially dying. I haven't light the cat. I have a doctor's appointment. I know. I think I'm here in body, not so much in soul. I think I'm here in body, not so much in soul.
Ladies, look over here.
These are my two brother-in-law surprised us from California. My brother-in-law, Lady. Hi, guys. I want to introduce you to two brother-in-laws from California. Let me say hello to my friends.
Hey, I think Vanessa Lafayette. Give me another one.
Close family.
We share.
California, and my other brother-in-law from Esti's other brother from California. Say hello. Hi.
Beautiful.
You guys sign your name? Want to practice?
No, I'm good.
I just signed checks. Yeah. Say hello to everybody.
Is it going?
Yes, it's going.
Hello everyone, thank you so much for coming. Really, it means a lot.
It does. Even though it's online, it feels like you're here with us. So, Kai, I hope you all have a blast. Pick it up. Kai. Mazel. Hey, look, Yossi Berkton is here. Turn around, say hello to the friends.
I made it to Heshy's wedding. Who's on here? Hi guys, mazel tov for Heshy. Excited. Super excited.
good.
I think you got to learn some of your friends.
Are we on this thing? Guys, I know last one was more organized, but this is a bigger family and quite chaotic here. But still a beautiful symphony. Tired. They got the two mothers over there. You got them? The two mothers on the corner. Yeah, absolutely. You're hearing nice things about it. What's your connection? Married into the family?
Mazel tov, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great honor to be here to share today the simcha with you as we on the Garden State Parkway in traffic. The wedding of Esti Heshy Gitlin, which means the agreement. Usually years ago, hundreds of years ago, this took place way before the chuppah, but tonight, since it was so peaceful and so all the agreements were there, there was no issue at all, we do it right up before the chuppah, where we have two witnesses who will serve as taking something of something meaningful, something belonging to them, and we'll have both the chassan, the groom and the bride, or representative of the bride, the father of the groom, the father of the bride, and also two Arab Kabolas, which is referred to as those who guarantee that should something not be paid over here, you can give the individual the credit card and they will cover all the expenses afterwards. they are representing the family, and you choose someone who is on behalf of the family, not the witness. So first I'd like to ask Rabbi Yaakov Herman, a dear family, a friend of the family, the rabbi of the family for many years, to serve as the first witness, along with Shlomo Holtzman, a friend of the Chosson. It's ready to start.
Stronger. Keep it down.
So guys, we're going to ask Yaakov if you please say Yamakov, and first we're going to ask that the father of the Chosson please rise, and you both would observe this is yours again, it comes from you, hold your right hand. Everything that's written in the Tanoim that should be signed and read in a moment. You're a preacher, you're firm. Right hand. Now the father of the college, Rabbi Rappaport. Now we have the Chosson himself. Chosson himself. Everything is written over here. And now, on behalf of the college, we'll do in a moment. And now the two Ponim would like to call upon to represent both family members to serve as Arav Kablonim. ויעלימו לא יזה מזוב ולא יזו מזה. ישלו מכנסים שווה ושווה יהודו ביניהם באהבה וחיבו כערך ולרה. הרי הוא הנכבר הנפוסים וכולו וכולו רמי העזי יחיה הנ"ל. אוהב המסכני החוסן חי וסעצמי ליטן מתונס לבני החוסן הנ"ל. מתונס לקל הנ"ל וגודל לבני החוסן הנ"ל. כמילה גם נגידים ופורססים. הרי הוא הנכבר הנפוסים ככולו וכולו. שעה! ושמול גם יחיה נ"ל, אוהב מסביט היקל הנ"ל, אז חי וסעצמי נותן לביטו היקל הנ"ל, מתנס לחוסן הנ"ל, וגודל לביטו היקל הנ"ל, כמינה נגידים ופורססים. חסנה תהיה מיסה שם בשעות, טוב ומסלחס. זמן וכנוג, מחמס חולי, ערב קבל מצד החוסן דוד, אחי דוד צבי, בן ראובן, סורים קבל לנ"ל, שלא יגיעו להם שום הסר וגרם הסר. וכן, במונת חושת וכנים בי. הכל שורי וחיים. כנ"ל נעשה בתקיע סכך, וכן גומו אגב סוידה, וכן גומו אגב סוידה, ונגיד מניסו בפנינו עד מחסן במטה היום, יום שני ושבס, שבע עשר יום, לחודש ונחמוב, שנעשה 15 לחודש למס, שמגס לחם So, Mazaz to translate, gentlemen, it's nice if just the people on the Zoom would like to hear, so if you just don't mind a couple of minutes, thank you. We can explain what was just read so beautifully by Reb Zalman. This is a Tanoim agreement that reads as follows. May the one who determines the ultimate from the outset bestow a good name, and lasting us to the obligations and conditions which were agreed upon by here on these two parties. On behalf of the groom side, the father, Gitlin, who stands on behalf of the Heshy, on behalf of the bride side, obligation, groom to the bride, and the bride to fulfilled. Neither have any claims or demands on the other, but there remains yet to fulfill. The above-mentioned groom marries the above-mentioned bride voluntarily. still translating. Your bride to be, fiance Esti, we fulfilled according to the way. So now we went through this, everything that was supposed to be done, and we have the two Aiden. Once again, Hermes, so I'd also like to call upon the mayor gig of the close friend of the Chassan to serve as the 8-day Chuppa. Somebody find Rabbi Mayor gig. How's he look like?
Who's there? Send some forget him.
He has to be it.
Mayor gig.
Thank you.
Now you called it. Why bother get out of your seats? No one has to move. Bunch of lazy kids today. Here it comes. It is.
So once again, we affirm the Chuppa, what's written inside. And the two Aiden, you're not related to each other, right? You're not related to Chassan.
Brother from another mother.
Okay, you stand up and you please give the Chassan. You affirm that everything that's written over here, and you accept. Take a look.
Yes. Say hi, this is my lady.
From livestream.
Mendy will now explain the wedding. What do you see? The man?
I gotta pick up my son. My son. Hi to Hamilton. Hi to everyone in Markham. Carolina and our newcomers, Chuppa and Rivka and Rania. Thank you so much for joining us.
What time is the Kabolas open? 6 o'clock?
Angela, you ready?
Yeah.
It is customary, the Chassan, the groom recites, studies beforehand on the stands and recites a mimer, a Hasidic discourse that has to do with the wedding and his special wedding day. And it began with the Hasidic and the Achonidim.
Russian they don't know, but also that Kali can show. Russian so because it can know the Kali can small. So for the commission opinion I'm sure that's all say them or she needs to create some stuff like she had but I'm sure the thing was in the then Miss Helen, how he is curved on the biggest of my ship. Maybe I'll say bees, we shall be slamers, coming us, we shall be the hello, the bird, great deal, you wish bees, I should the gamma, I suppose you say, she back in the house, bees, and patches, but he let the gamma, I should be spot to say, she between his mother, people might have been Mocking Biaka, Dama, Shpot, Dapka, Shpot, Imish, my email says, Shilamilum and Kinesama. Zel called Kobe, Shame in his cup, Kobe Cousin, Kobe Cup. The Malis, Kobe Double, Kobe Im. Zel, you could have a beam of him, he is his name. Nasset Sichas Halev, Amech Shal Tamen, she Yivak, the Kabolas Ponim, meaning her muscle there, whatever, and say, with her time shot, the word, the church in Haslek, whom it kind of compassion, she built in work up, is a movement, the church, and it's like people saw, she kind of compassion to go my much better safe, she was there, so the time she was safe, kind of work up. Omnam, the Mokamay, the Ratkinis Gitlin. Idea is about previous Magin healing knowledges. Begin with the timing of Pasha Group with each paper, timing of Pasha workers, timing of hospital, the doctor, the Ashma previous and Talmud company in USA, Magin, the timing of hospital, the thing of result, from being used muscle the base, being Yannick cut, upper red solution, I say, I give my funny my Ratine cut, serve, oh, last was shelter. The hurry for that content that they shoot all these shows here, he wants to clear upon him. Like boss, Antine, Gurak, he needs to get saying, Gurak, Akamal, he was in a car muscle there, there, Shakat, Mishna Shem, Zakin Shum, Slanger, Shmizem, Shakat, Shakay, them, Ashmas, in the Mila Mishna, Zakat, you can Lügen ist auch schon mal nicht machen. Walking ist noch easy Scheibe zu geschaut. Was never sagt man come out. Die Meilen hängen. Sa! Anna mein der Walking ist noch der. Nimmt schon jetzt schon meine Mama. Aber now sie fällt mal so. Nimm ja hier von Papa. Hat mir zum Zweck gekommen. Der so war weiter. Moi ich war bei meinem Schatz, alles aber jetzt hat er hier, aber es hat viel, weil ich nicht mehr viel Fan, mir noch hatte mal schon mal ab, ich war mein nicht schon, aber ich war mehr heller Baum, mehr an mir sagt man mal ja, ich rede mal viel nicht schon mit meinem Baum, viele Russian ist gerade die Idee hat hier, ich kann schon hat mir gekommen, ich sehe das viel, wo ich rede mit sagen, ich sage hier, Got Nasa here, other Miskashi, goes back to the shop, goes calling your name, my gosh. You there, Masha, hey, I tell you, because I him, the Kashi, on the end of my gosh, Masha Bear, about Shem, eating kisses, she was showing pretty much, shall there, much custom, say, I guess I'm him, he was up, Shabbat, 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 Yes, we share about culture, but they didn't grow. So the how by they being our issue. It's a girl love, Shabbat, how girl to be young with him, how they preaching and how let's play the love. My king, but I gave the Shabbat deep my sister other mention for the end. Who is nothing in Shabbat after a deeper issue. Same people. It's a lot of people who outside 30 years love this shit. Is there mom should fish club Shabbat deeper my sister slave for this. He needs dafür ist diese Schreiben nicht schreiben ist ein Tier, wobei wir gesehen, man sich wirklich keeping in my gosh. Ist feeling really close. Magim normal ist und wir do begin grab was Mikey Juven kam in am Schachas azab im Office. שעשית בזה הוא אשר בקודם ספני יש המשך כצייני ואחר כך המשך הפנימי וגם המשך כצייני סי המשך אנליס בייס דרך אנליס שבתינס מאקר של מיילה מישנה שלוש בקים אין נקטלס בספירס המאפס יוסו אישי למיילה מהקלוס הכיוון שלו אבל מכל מקום המשך לזה היא בכנס כצייני שיעק אורה בלבה שאין כנעדי המשך פנימי יש פרלת Magim normal jest. Weininu the church ma my the church is a woman who sings the pastor. The church ma super previous a kesa. A gan shigam bazak it zak atika hafi misalim. Do a shame what was about hatu mamish rak can sing it. Ma shanking church ma see previous hatik. Abu makan inside doesn't matter. Diese Gruppe ist mal das Misal auf meiner Liste. Wir sehen ihn sehen am Schaffer, den Ziel, die es am Schaffer so gemacht ist, ich bin hier gar nicht in der Sache von meinem Kopf. Aber mit dem Markt bekomme ich am Schaffer, die der Kanal immer dieselbe Church Market, schon meine Church so. Schon mal was man schon nicht so, ich ist schnell der bei. Wie sei mir so gegangen. Ida, c'est cool, il y a une histoire. Aber ich bin cautious, ich habe so stehen. Ich habe das auch gemacht. Die Tiere ist am Schaffen, von der Presskammer unbelievable war. Die selben, ich habe es gekauft, ich habe Schaffen hier, nee, ich habe. Ich muss gar nicht mit dem Primus am Machen. Es war die Mädchen, die Schwäche hat. In Kabolas Ponim, comes up in Kabo, we share some office, speeches there, there is one. Beispiel meine Besuch, Office, hat so, bevor man spielt mit Kabo. Idee am Kabo nicht heißt, weil man spielt, so wie die geht in die Gruppe. Gerade mit was in der Kabo, der Mathe, steht da, Idee am Schach auf den Linie ist, Ine, ich ist da, der ist mal, aber go hier in der Office. Idee sehen, nimm schon, wer für euch, ein Schiff, der ist ein, ihr Weiher, man im Knie, man im Kreis, mit der
Welcome everyone to the Rappaport and Gitlin wedding. We're about to start the chuppah. The chuppah is the marriage canopy, and we're ready to begin. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We ask you to please take a moment to lower the volume or shut off your cell phones. Ladies and gentlemen, we gather today for a truly magical experience, something that's extraordinary, unique, something that's very special. And I'm not talking about the open bar. I'm talking about the marriage of Heshy and Esti. A Jewish wedding is a spiritual process which the soul of the bride and groom, two souls which were separated before birth, joyfully reunite. And tonight I will be your guide through that process. My name is Avraham Rappaport. I'm a brother, the oldest brother of Esti. And it is a pleasure to be able to MC tonight's special ceremony. The chuppah is a special time throughout the ages of Jewish history. It was under this canopy that the Jewish home was formed. The chuppah is under the open sky to invoke God's blessing for our father Abraham. And Sarah, your descendants, will be numerous like the stars. The chassan just walked to the chuppah, escorted by his father and father-in-law. They carrying candles, which expresses the wishes to them that their new home should be filled with light and with joy. The candles also recall the marriage of our people with God when God appeared at Mount Sinai with thundering and lightning. Through the procession, we will sing a special melody composed by the first Chabad Rebbe. This melody is so soul-stirring and powerful, it is only sung at the most spiritual of occasions. And indeed, there is barely a moment as holy as a chuppah. In just a moment, as she enters the chuppah together with her entourage, Esti will circle the chassan 7 times. She'll be accompanied by her mother and mother-in-law to be and grandmother to be. And these 7 circuits represent the 7-fold bond that the marriage will establish between the chassan, kala, and their families. We welcome the flower girls to please come down the aisle. And in just a moment, we'll welcome our kala. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to please rise as we welcome our kala, Esti. Esti and Heshy. You stand under the chuppah, the marriage canopy, signifying the presence of Hashem, which encompasses you in this holy moment. It is here that you draw forth the blessings and energies you will need to build a home and live a meaningful life together. It's also important to remember that those loved ones who have passed away, their neshamas, their souls are present in this holy moment. Open on all sides, the chuppah represents the home that you will build together, like Abraham's tent, open to friends, family, and community, and the less fortunate. Our sages teach us that tonight it's not only a union of two souls, but a reunion of two halves of one soul, which are separated before birth. Each one of you came into this world and accomplished wonderful, great things. Careers, jobs, school, education, travel. But somehow you were not complete. And that completeness happens now, right here, under this chuppah. One of the most famous words in Jewish language is the word shalom. Shalom means hello, shalom means goodbye, shalom means peace. But shalom also means whole, complete. And this is where we find true completeness when two halves of one soul reunite. Prior to arriving at this chuppah, the bride and groom loosened all knots in their clothing, ties, shoes, and so on. This is to symbolize that at the time of marriage, all other bonds are eliminated, aside for the bond being made tonight. And this day is like a Yom Kippur for the couple, and it cleanses them of all their sins. And it's an important time for the bride and groom to immerse themselves in prayer. They are granted a special spiritual connection at this moment. Baruch haba. The chassan and kala are welcome to the chuppah with a cantorial Baruch haba. It is my pleasure to welcome Rabbi Moshe Gitlin, brother of the chassan, to sing this special welcome.
Yeah, I can't believe it, Mayor.
Baruch habo mi yadir al hakol, mi baruch al hakol, mi gadol al hakol, mi dagol al hakol, hu yevarech. Hu yevorech, hu yevorech, hu yevorech, hu yevorech, esech osom yesakalo.
We all extend blessing and good wishes to the chassan and kala. We would also like to extend to them the Birchat Kohanim, the priestly blessing, which is recorded in the Torah. This blessing will be recited by a Kohen, Rabbi Label Shaiman, brother-in-law of Esti, our Kala, youth director at Chabad at the Shore.
Davar Adonai Moshe Lamar, Davar Alarm Rabbanim Lamar Kaisavar Chesmanei Yisrael Mar Lahem. Yivarecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Yar Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalem. V'samu Hashmi al b'nei Yisrael v'ani avarachem.
Amen.
Before we begin the Siddur Kiddushin, it is my pleasure to welcome our co-officiating rabbi, Rabbi Mendy Salman, an uncle of our chassan, shliach to Short Hills, New Jersey, who beautifully guided us through the Kabolas Ponim, to please share a few words with the chassan and kala and to oversee the Kiddushin process.
Thank you, my dear friend and colleague, Rabbi Rappaport, Esti, the Kala, Heshy, the Chassan, on behalf of Sadie England, Bobby Roberta, on behalf of Bobby Gitlin, on behalf of all the Solomon, Gitlin, and Rappaport families who have not been able to physically be here today, I represent them, and my words are just their words being conveyed through me to the two of you, a few short words. We have just come from the Yom Tov of Tu B'Av. In the Mishnah, it states something very interesting, that it was the 15th day of Av, where B'nai Yerushalayim, the daughters of Yerushalayim, would go out and dance in the vineyards, but most importantly and interestingly, they were dressed in borrowed white clothing. It was interesting how it worked that the daughter of a king borrowed the clothing from the Kohen Gadol, the daughter of the Kohen Gadol borrowed from the Kohen Hedjed, and so on and so forth. And the reason for this is to show that white, at the beginning, something fresh, but materialism is really something which you don't judge a person on. One has a better outfit, a nicer dress, a nicer color, more appealing, but you look at what's most important. And as the Mishnah says in Tanis, ultimately, Isha Yiras Hashem Hitasalo. Ultimately, when the chasanim, when the grooms were looking for their bride, for their colors, this is what they were looking for. You know, today is a very special day. It's a day in which so many have joined and are joining for the two of you to see you two join in one union and happiness. Esti, I usually start with the chasan, but I'm going to start with you first, just very, very briefly. How do we start with you? I'm going to share a few words to you and about you. We don't know each other yet very well, but I'll tell you, it says in the Gemara that if you want to know what the Kala is like, you were to look at the Kala's brothers. So when Heshy called me, I said, run. No, I said, there was no need to even go out on a shidduch. The Rappaports are known throughout New Jersey as a beautiful, a respected, a loving, and a meshlecha family. Esti, I don't even know if you were born yet, but one of my first years in New York, I was charged to go for a Shabbos to Atlantic City, and I came out to Rabbi Rebbetzin Rappaport for Shabbos, and it was a magnificent Shabbos. I was just upset that I wasn't allowed to use the tokens that they gave me on the bus. They told me, Rabbi Chaduko said, you're not allowed to use those tokens. I had to give it to the bus driver, and I did. And he looked at me and he said, this is the first time in 35 years of driving this route that anyone ever gave me the tokens. Because I came on a mission. I came to help your parents, Esti, who were just starting off. It was in somebody's garage, remember? There, and we did a Shabbos, Mr. Shabbos in the school, and it had an impact on me. It was the first time I came out to Shluchim there. Little did I know, some 30 plus years later, I'll be here, not only here together in New Jersey as a fellow shliach and colleague, but moreover, just together with you under the chuppah in this special moment. It's very meaningful and very beautiful, very special. In fact, I see another Rappaport family from Mequon, Milwaukee that was at too. I was by them as well at Chazan Rosh Hashanah Kibbutz. It's really beautiful. So to you, we wish, on behalf of all our family and all the brachas that are going to be wished to the two of you tonight should be b'koyim, fulfilled b'meluim in their completeness. Heshy, you have the mezinka. You are the one which is called the spoiled one. I mean, the special one. Mezinka is a very special position to have in the family. Your parents are blessed to have magnificent children, but they're blessed because they are magnificent parents. You happen to be a very special young man, because you're named after a very special person. You're named after your Zayda, Heshy Gitlin Olav Shalom. I personally, when I came to America, there was nowhere to stay, and your Bobby Zolzang Gesund took me in, and your Zayda too, and he became like a father to me. Every night I'd fall asleep, take me upstairs from the basement, put me to sleep, talk to me, had the most magnificent Hafnas Zarchim. I said, when your mother gave birth, and I flew specially and surprised them for your bris, your mother was crying and crying and crying. And I'm saying she must be crying because you're going to be named after your Zayda. She says, no, I'm crying because I wanted a baby girl. That's not what happened. Anyway, but it was a special moment. It was a special moment that I was able to be there representing again the family, to be there with you. You are the last, but certainly not the least. Achron Chavi, the most cherished and most prized possession of the family. And so your Zayda evoked a very special midah. Many beautiful midas, but specifically the concept of hachnasus orchim, acceptance, and really you see that in the children how they respect their parents, notwithstanding any type of differences in life. Their love and the respect is always there with them. And so to my sister Esther and to my dear brother-in-law and brother Meir, we extend to you. There's no doubt that your father's neshama is looking down upon here of his beautiful mezinka, his mezinka, and so proud that he's continuing the ways of Hashem, the ways of the Rebbe, the ways of Chabad, and the ways that are important, that were important to him, lived his life in Crown Heights and dedicated his life to his children and his shluchas. This is something very meaningful. And we conclude, because we come from, and I will conclude my remarks, because we come from a very special time, from Shabbos Nachem. When I stood up and shared a few words and had the honor of officiating at Mendy and Rivka's wedding, I shared about those who are not here, and we spoke about Adir Shneur. To see the Kinderloch walk down and run around is very meaningful. Not only we don't forget, we feel their presence here today. But we use the double expression, Nachamu, Nachamu Ami. And I was thinking about that as I was driving along here. The family, both families, have lost someone very meaningful, physically lost, that is, to them and to their family. A fellow shliach and a dear friend, your uncle Esti, brother and brother-in-law, Rabbi Yisrael, Lechem Lebracha, was a colleague, was a mensch, was a friend, was the life of everywhere we went. There was a kiddush, he was it. He was just that warm, bubbly atmosphere and smile. And so today, Nachamu, Nachamu Ami, we ask the Eibishter to bring the Chama, that the Neshama of Yisrael and the Neshama of Shneur should be with you, daven for you, be with you for every step of the way. And Hashem should continue to bless you both with all the brachas. It should be Mekol B'Meloim, should make parents, and everyone proud. Let us say Amen.
Amen.
The Rebbe would customarily respond to a wedding invitations with a letter of blessing to the Chassan and Kala. It's my pleasure to welcome my brother, Rabbi Meir Rappaport, who is the brother of the bride and a shliach to Galloway, New Jersey and Stockton University, to read the Rebbe's letter.
Baruch Hashem, Brooklyn, New York. Shalom uvracha. B'mayna al ha'ida mikvias zman chasinosom. Hineni bezel le'avia berchasi berchos mazel tov v'shetia b'shar tevo metzlachas v'yivnu bayis b'Yisrael binyan ad de'ad al yisaydi ha'torah ve'amitzvah k'fi shehemu arim b'ma'or she'b'torah zuhi torahs ha'chsidus v'berchas mazel tov chsimus yad country.
We welcome Yossi Afson, uncle of the Chassan, to read the Rebbe's letter in English.
Greetings and blessings. Reply to your notification of the date of your wedding to take place with God's help on a given date. I send to you herewith my prayerful wishes that it takes place in a happy and auspicious hour, and that you build an everlasting Jewish home based on the foundations of Torah and mitzvahs as they are illuminated with the inner light of the Torah, that is the teachings of Chassidus. With blessings of Mazel Tov, the Rebbe's holy signature.
The essential feature of a chuppah is when the chassan places a ring on the finger of his kala. It is traditional to use a simple gold band expressing the singularity of this moment and its depth, which is beyond any form of description. Before the ring ceremony, a blessing is recited which consecrates the moment and the marriage. And Rabbi Meir Gitlin, father of the chassan, shliach, and rabbi at Chabad, Markham, will recite this blessing. It's the first time he's doing it for his own mishpacha, his own children.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam Boide pri hagofen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushan b'mitzvosov v'tzivanu al haroyos v'osalanu es harusos v'hitil lanu es anasu es lanu al yidei chuppah v'kiddushin. Baruch atah Adonai mikadesh amo Yisrael al yidei chuppah v'kiddushin.
And it's important that we find somebody to drink the rest of the wine. Mendy, brother of our Kala, please. The age of bar mitzvah. Okay. After the chassan and kala sip from the wine, Heshy will place a ring on the finger Tayu. We exclusive to anyone else. Does anyone witness our witnesses?
Me. Listen.
Heshy, does this belong to you? Okay. Do you think this is worth a shava pruta?
Yeah.
Yes, do you want to inspect?
I don't know.
The chassan places the ring on the kala's finger. Should be able to watch this.
Good? Yeah. Couldn't do better than anyone else. Great job. 10 points.
Just down on the side.
Places the though they are legally become husband and wife at this point, there's a second process known as the nisuyin, which requires 7 blessings before the marriage becomes complete. The great scholar Rashi instituted that the kesubah, the marriage contract, be read at this point to separate the 2 parts of the chuppah. The kesubah, which was instituted over 2,000 years ago, is the first historical marriage document which addresses and protects the rights of a woman in marriage. Written in Aramaic, it delineates both the personal, financial responsibilities which the chassan accepts upon himself as he enters into a relationship. The kesubah would now be read in the original Aramaic text by Rabbi Yaakov Tuvia Rappaport, uncle of the Kabolas.
B'Sheni b'Shabbos, Shiva Asa Yom L'Chedesh Menachem Av, Shnas Chameshes Alof Mushva Meis, V'Shmeinu V'Achas L'Elam. L'Minyan Shalom Kan Masa Lakewood, New Jersey, Echachos, and Hershel Ben Rameoz, Ezra Yichya Malay Lahadam Sulto Esther Baslam Shmulov Yichya. Havlin to Gedas Meshav Yisrael on Aflich, Ve'eker, Ve'ezai, V'Fanes, Yossi Chili, Chik, Hilches Guvim Yidoy, the Polchen Umekin Bezon, V'Fanes in the Nishay Hain Bekushta. V'Hiv no Lichi Mehab Sulaichi Kes, Ksaf Zuzei, Ksaf Zuzei Mosan the Chozi. Lichi Midaraisa Muzanaichi, Xusaichi, Visipukaichi, Umeal Visaichi, Kayak Kalava, Utzvias Mos Estetich Besulta Do. Vahavis Leilin to Vidon, Dunya did Han Holas Lemi Be Avu Ho. Ben because of Ben Bazaar, Ben Tachit, Ben Manidul Busha, Bishimushadira, Bishimushadasa, a Kel Kiva Love, Hershel Leb Yichye Hassan Dinan. The Mayor is a cooking Kesef, Tzof. Vitzov, Reb Hershel Leb Yichye. Hassan Dinan, ways of law being delay 8 minutes cooking Kesef, Tzof. A Chedim Kinegdon, Sacha Kel Masayim is a cooking Kesef. So, v'kacha Reb Hershel Leib Yichye Chassan Dinan, achrei shtak zuk the don, the dun yedon, v'tesef the do Kabolas Ponim v'al yarsai, basroi l'hispora mikol shvar arag nichsin v'kinyonin, the isli tacht chais kol shmaya de konoei, the osida onol mikno. But nichsin the isli nachreis, the lesli nachreis, kulan yehoin achroyin v'arvoyin, the Freya min hoin stark sucht the don, the dun yedon, v'tesef the do. Minoi, v'afilu min glima de al-kasboi. B'chai, b'osachai, min yem b'dinar l'olam. V'achrei shtak sucht the don, the dun yedon. V'tesef the do, kibla lov Reb Hershel Leib Yichye Chassan Dinan, k'chemek o shtori, k'suvais v'teseftois. The nogim b'vnei Yisrael, ha'asuyin k'tikul chachamenu zal, the loikas mach, the loikatesi the shtori, u'keneina, mit Reb Hershel Leib in Meya Ezra Yichye Chassan Dinan l'moras, Esther Baslam Shulda v'et Yichye, v'sultu do al-komat, the kosim b'fur shleil, b'mor the kosher l'mik nayo, Bei, akol shor v'kayom, Noam Yaakov ben Shmuel Yitzokei, Meye, Noam Shmer Shalom Yisrael ben Yisrael Chayim Ei. As was mentioned before, I believe my nephew Avram mentioned it, and I believe Rabbi Salman might have mentioned it, that we have a tradition that up till 3 generations definitely come and participate in the chuppah. And so we ask our parents, Ben Reuven, Ben Hinda, Ben Abraham Yitzhak, and our mother, Chava Gitl Bas, Chava Miriam, Bas Chaim Eliezer, we ask them to bless this couple with all the brachas that they're able to gather together from above. And we also ask our dear brother Yisrael, he should also extend his blessings. And to all other departed, we ask them, they're here, so we ask you to participate. And we are certain that these blessings will see fruition. They're here with us and they're celebrating. So remember, when you say l'chaim, say a few extra ones. I was remiss to mention Rav Menachem Mendel Blazinski, the grandfather of the Kala, a very dear friend of mine, a man who mentored me and guided me on many situations where I needed help, needed a wise man. And we ask him, we know he's here also, and he should also extend his brachas.
We will now sanctify the Hagafen, a blessing, Shahakol, which notes that all that was created in God's honor will now be recited by Eliyahu Chaim Gitlin, brother of the Chassid. The third bracha, Yetzer Adam, which thanks God for creating man, will now be recited by Menachem Mendel Gitlin, brother of the Chassan, and a Chassan himself.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam Yetzer ha'adam.
The next bracha thanks Hashem who created man in his own image in a way that man and woman can together then build an everlasting home. This blessing will now be recited by Yossi Rappaport, brother of the Kala. The fifth bracha, rejoice as your children gather happily in you, refers to the holy city of Jerusalem, which awaits the return of her children from exile. This blessing will now be recited by Rabbi Levi Baruch Salman, uncle of the Chassan, principal of Emek Hebrew Academy in the Valley, California.
So istasis v'sogel ha'kara b'kibbutz b'neha l'seicha b'simcha Baruch atah Adonai mesameach tzion b'vaneha.
Grant abundant joy to these loving friends as you gladden your creations in the Garden of Eden. Blessed are you who gladdens the groom and bride. For this blessing we call upon Fitz Spiegelman, brother-in-law of the Kala.
Samach tesamach re'ema uvim Kisamecha cho yitzircha v'gan eden mikedem Baruch atah Adonai Mesameach chason v'chala.
The seventh and final blessing brings the ceremony to the height of joy, with prayers for love, friendship, peace, and joyfulness. This blessing will now be recited by Rabbi Shalom Rappaport, brother of the Kala.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bara sasin v'simcha chason v'chala gilari naditza v'chedva ava Meheira Adonai Eloheinu yishama b'yarei Yehuda v'chutzos Yerushalayim kol sasin v'kol simcha Kol chasan v'kol kala, kol mitzalis chasanim mechubasam, uniyarim mishan ignasam, rachat Adonai mitzameach chasan im hakala.
And we welcome Rabbi Heshy Gitlin to please help us by finishing the cup of wine.
Come on. Woo!
At the height of our joy, the chassan breaks a glass to remember our Bet HaMikdash, our temple, our true home, which still remains destroyed. We also remember that there's still brokenness in our world, and we yearn for the coming of the Mashiach. The song Im Eshkachech will be sung by Rabbi Cantor Shlomi Adler, Shliach to Fairfax, Virginia, and brother-in-law of the Kala.
Im Eshkachech Yerushalayim Tishkach Yemini Tidbak L'shoini Oy Lechi Ki Im Eloi Eskerechi Im Eshkachech Yerushalayim Tishkach Yemini Tidbak L'shoini Oy Lechi Ki Im Eloi Eskerechi Im Lo Im lo yales Yerushalayim arosh simchasi Yarosh alarosh simchasi Im lo yales Im lo Yerushalayim arosh simchasi alarosh simchasi I got it.
Yes, if you guys come out of the shot, we can take a picture already.
Oh, I got it. I got it.
Ready? Come. Ready?
Okay, we got one.
Hello. This is Label. Say hello to everybody walking. They remember you. Remember being she used to live in Toronto. This is our community.
Oh, wow.
And here's the Baralea.
The Baralea.
Thank you. Guys, thanks so much for being here. Okay, stop jumping. Thanks, guys. Love you so much. Looking forward to sharing all your simchas with God in good health. With everyone in good health. Hey, this was very special. Heschel is my Mazinka, he's my baby. And now it's for me to have married off my Herschel, myself. I'm under the chuppah after my father's name was a big honor and a big schus.
This is a Herschelib.
He's named after my father. My grandson named after my father.
Mazel. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you.
This was really, I hope it wasn't too long for all of you, And I want you to know, as you're sitting inside your nice air-conditioned house, it's like 300 degrees out here, okay? We're like schwitzing, but it was worth it. Let me tell you, it was worth it. It was so beautiful. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you, I just want to tell you, it was really special to share our simcha with you. And I really, really appreciate you all doing it, taking time to be with us. Thank you. God bless you all. Love you all. Mazel tov. I guess you'll get to see the others as the camera runs around. See you later. Yeah.